Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Megan if this is your first video here. So today we are going to be trying out a new foundation. So remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell down below so you'll be notified every Wednesday and Friday when I upload videos. So let's get right on into the video. So as I said in my intro, we're going to be trying out a new foundation. This is the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hydrating Foundation. It says it's ideal for all skin types. It has hyaluronic acid. It's known to hydrate and support healthy looking skin, as well as coconut water, and it's known to support hydration and skin softness. It's dermatologist, tested, oil-free and vegan. It just says it's a hydrating foundation with skin perfecting medium buildable coverage for natural healthy looking skin. It says for application just to prep your skin. It says to use the Pretty Fresh primer. I didn't have that. And it says use your blunt or sponge or brush to apply into the skin. So what I use to prime is because I want a more dewy finish. I did go in with my Wet n Wild Hydrating Primer Serum. I also mixed it in with the Glow Radiant Moisturizer from e.l.f. and a little bit of the Putty Poreless Primer from e.l.f. And I'm also going to just give my face a little bit of a spritz with my Wet n Wild Coconut Mist. And then to add extra highlight, I did go in with the NYX Born to Glow Illuminator. I just used this in the shade Pure Gold, and I just put it on the high points just to get more of a glowy finish. And then to apply, I'm going to be using a sponge. I'm going to be using the Trio from e.l.f. I picked this up at Ulta, and I dropped the little one, but it comes with this one, this medium one, and then a smaller one for under the eyes. And then to apply my foundation, I'm going to use one side with a sponge, and then I'm going to do the other side how I always do. So I'm going to start off with the brush and then blend it out with the sponge to smooth everything out. So I'm going to do my basic steps. So I'm going to start off with a little bit of the color corrector. Also going to just be doing a wear test. So it is 235 right now, and I got these shades 135 and 147. They are both the warm tone shades because I like more of a golden undertone. So I'm going to start off with the 135 and we're going to see what happens. And I took 2 pumps, and I'm going to actually start by just applying this onto the face, and I think I took a lot more than needed. And I'm going to start off with the sponge side first, and we're going to see if we need to add the 147. I have heard and watched the videos, a little bit of reviews that have went up already. This does oxidize. But I may go in with a second layer just to mix in 147. But I think this actually, I think I'm going to go in with 147. Just right on top. So that it is kind of my skin tone. Because I felt like 147 was just a little too dark after it dried down yesterday, when I kind of swatched it and left it. But we will see how this looks after we, add our bronzer and everything. So I will say with a sponge, it looks really nice. It blended out very nicely. You can still see a little bit of blemishes peeking through, which is why I didn't color correct these sides, because I wanted to see how well it kind of built up by itself. But it's really pretty, guys. And then for the brush side, I'm just going to actually just mix them on the back of my hand. I'm going to add a little bit of 147. Mix it again. And we're going to see how much coverage we get with a brush. Okay, so with the brush, I feel like it gave maybe a little bit more coverage. But that has been like with almost all my foundations that I've been trying lately. When I've been using like this little technique, I feel like I get a little bit more coverage than with just going in with a sponge by itself. You guys, there's like a piece of hair. I think I got it from my hair. So yeah, I feel like this side got a little bit more of a covered feel. So I'm just gonna go over this side just a little bit more with the brush, just to fill and make sure we have even coverage on both sides. But I like that. And then I'm just gonna take whatever's left on the back of my hand, like we always do, and then I'm just gonna pat out this side just to get rid of any brush strokes. And so far, I love this sponge. The e.l.f. Total Face Sponge is one of my favorites, as well as the Haley's Beauty I've been using a lot. But I think my e.l.f. Total Face Sponge is a little bit better than this one. But I think it's really pretty. It's really nice. It's not soaking up too much product, and it's still making sure it's nice blended out. So I like that a lot. I like how this went on. Yeah, I like how this went on. I think mixing the two shades worked for me. Hopefully it doesn't oxidize too much on me and become like orangey, because I do not like foundations like that, or I tend to kind of mix them with something lighter. But I like this a lot, actually. Okay, so we're gonna see how concealer goes on top of this, and I'm going to finish the rest of my makeup. So for concealer, I was gonna go in with Juvia's plates. Actually, I am. I'm gonna go in with this one. This is a new shade I wanted to try. It is shade 13. I usually do shade 12. But I've been liking how light the e.l.f. Dewy one is. It's just really pretty and golden. So I wanted to try this one as well. And there's like a piece of hair, guys, right in here. Okay. And then we're just going to blend it out with the smaller blender. Okay. So this isn't as light as I thought it would be. So I'm just going to tap it off with a little bit of this e.l.f. one. And it's not as golden. It's a little more neutral than 12. And I'm actually just going to let that dry down some. And then I'm going to just bronze. So now I'm going to go ahead and blend out my concealer, since it's set for a good maybe like 30 seconds to a minute. I don't want to make it sit too long. And then I'm going to just stop there, because we're going to go over and blend over it with the foundation sponge again. So I like this. I like the concept of this, I should say. I feel like it's a little too small for using it for me. I like the bigger sponges, and I feel like it fits really well under the eyes, as you guys can see. And then just to make sure that we're getting a nice seamless blend and that our foundation or our concealer is not taking over the contour and our foundation's not taking over the concealer, we're just blending out just a little bit. And if you want, you could just pick up more of your contour, kind of just go over the sides and it'll just fill it back in. Okay, so this is really pretty. I think the concealer is really nice as well with this foundation. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is finish the rest of my makeup. I really liked how this went on. I'm gonna zoom you guys in so you guys can see how it went on. I think it looks really nice. Like I said, you can still see a little bit of blemishes peeking through. That typically doesn't bother me, but I think it went really nice. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set just in my T-zone, so probably just under my eyes, and leave the rest like it is. And I'm gonna finish the rest of my makeup and I'll be right back. Hey guys, and welcome back. So I did go ahead and finish the rest of my face, and yeah, I love the foundation so far. And it is now 3:11, so I've been wearing this for about 30 minutes because I started around 2:30. I do love this. I went in and tried a couple of new products. I tried this Miliani Cheek Kiss Liquid Blush. I love it. I did set on top of it with Colourpop X Shayla, the Under Construction and Whistle While You Work. But however, I loved how everything came out. As you guys can see, everything went nicely on top. And I also set my face using the Milani Make It Dewy setting spray. I just wanted to try this one out because I've never tried it before. But yeah, so we will see how this wears. I will keep you guys updated throughout the day. I will probably do maybe till 8 or 9 o'clock. But we will see how it wears through the day with all the dewiness on top. It did say it was oil free, so I wanted to do a more dewy look because that's just what I've been into lately. So yeah, I will check back in with you guys in just a minute. Hi guys, so it's about 3:45-ish. I wanted to show you guys what it looks like in natural lighting. I think it still looks really good after being on for about an hour. So I will check back in with you guys. I just wanted to show you guys what it looked like in natural lighting without all the lights in my face. And I still think it's like a really nice foundation. And I think mixing the two shades was very nice. And so far it hasn't oxidized, so that is great as well. So I will check back in you guys in a couple hours. Hey guys, so I am back now and it is 7:38. So I have been wearing this foundation since 2:30, so roughly about 5 hours. I have had this on. Yeah. So I feel like that is pretty much good enough for today. I'm just ready to take off everything. I think after 5 hours, I haven't touched up or fixed anything on the face. I even left the lips bare as well. But I think for 5 hours, it's actually holding up really nicely. I am going to nicely just blot now. So I'm just going to take my brush that I like to use for powder, which is in here somewhere. Okay. I'm going to use this, and I'm just going to use a little bit of my Haley's Beauty Powder because it's already in here. So I'm first going to just kind of dab off any excess oil with my sponge so that I don't kind of shut the oils in place. And then I'm going to take my brush just like if I was taking any kind of blotting powder, and I'm going to just kind of blot where I got a little oily, which is really on my forehead and right here around my nose. And I will say it didn't really separate by my nose, which is really good. Most foundations do separate by my nose first. It did separate a little bit here. That could have been from like eating or drinking or, you know, wiping off my lips. But yeah, I think for 5 hours, it did a great job of staying on the face. Like I said, it didn't break apart here. And it was really nice. The concealer, I already knew I love this concealer. So I already knew I was gonna like that. But everything else wore really nicely. This blush, even though it's really not about that, wore really nicely as well. And I think it really helped my my blush not fade during the day as well, as much as it did, as it does usually if I just wear this on its own. But that's okay, because blush is usually the first thing to fade anyways. But as for the foundation, I do like this foundation. I think it went really well with all the hydrating products that I did use. So I will say, if you do have oily skin, you might like this. Like I said, I get oily on my nose and here around my nose and on my forehead. And I get oily around my nose so much that it does break apart, but it did not do that today. So that is really great. I will be wearing this foundation again, and I will update you guys either on Instagram and let you guys know how it is wearing after I keep wearing it multiple times. So if you guys enjoyed this video, remember to give me a thumbs up, and remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified every Wednesday and Friday when I upload. And I hope to see you guys in my next one. Bye.